Have any of you guys not seen the first Slumber Party Massacre? And if you watch the series, the franchise, and I've only seen the first two, talk about two completely different movies with different killers. And I like that they're that way. There's really no continuity, and I don't even think the second movie refers to the previous movie. But I had a blast with both of them. I'm planning on watching the third one. I actually got that double feature, the Shout Factory one. That's 2 and 3. That's like, I got it right. I think right when it was about to burst its bubble and get like out of print and crazy expensive. But I still play. I think I paid like $40 for it, but no regrets whatsoever. It's a very fun, tongue-in-cheek series. Female director of the first movie, and the first movie has, you know, lots of TNA and all that stuff that we like in 80s horror movies. And by the way, actually, this morning, or was it last night, I put together the thumbnail and everything for this stream. And I got to work today, and I go on my phone to look at the stream, and sure enough, it said it was removed. And they literally, let me click over here, they literally removed my stream because of the thumbnail, and my box there where I'm at, it's covering up the picture, but she's not nude. You know, that is the poster of the first movie. That's what I put there. I just put the poster of the first movie, and YouTube didn't like that. They said it violated their terms of sex and nudity, and I was like, what? But they're not nude. So that's just YouTube being YouTube. It's weird. You just got to roll with it and work around it. So I ended up making a new thumbnail with Russ Thorn on it. But you can see it on this, though, still. But I got it covered up. So hopefully YouTube doesn't see this and be like, we got to take down this stream. But, man, that shocked me. I was like, wow. I can't believe they did that. But, yeah, Russ Thorn's a good killer, too. I think they played it right because the characters are really tongue-in-cheek. They're having a lot of fun. It's a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, except in terms of the killer. Russ Thorn, that actor plays that character 100% serious throughout. You know, there's no joking around. There's no tongue-in-cheek whatsoever. And you know, and it was. I think it was a very smart choice on his part to play the character like that. You know, to be as dead serious as, like, say, somebody like Michael Myers. Because it added, you know, an aspect of fear to the story, you know, of believability. And so I think the first one's more like a straightforward slasher with some fun elements to it. The second one's almost like a comedy, like a full-on comedy. And even the killer, who's irresistible, by the way, the freaking rockabilly killer, he's a fucking blast. He is. But so they're talking about, I'm surprised we haven't had a remake of Slumber Party Massacre yet anyway, if I'm being honest. Destiny Part 2 might be my favorite too. I think I might prefer Part 2 over 1. And I love Part 1. I do. I like how, you know, they're eating the pizza and everything. And what's that scene? It's like they're eating the pizza and then the guy shows up or something like that and they make a big joke out of it. You gotta have pizza even though somebody was dead. I can't remember. I'll have to watch it again. It's been a while since I watched it. But let's read through this story, okay? There's now a remake of Slumber Party Massacre in the works at Shout Studios for SyFy. So look for a new remake sometime in 2021. Looks like it's not going to come to theaters. The seminal 1980s era slasher Slumber Party Massacre is not set for a remake from Shout Studio. Did it say it's not set? The film will premiere on SyFy later this year. Danishka Esterhazy, God, I'm sure I butchered that. The Banana Splits movie directs from a screenplay penned by Suzanne Cayley, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Deadline broke the news reporting that Hannah Gonera, Frances Sholto Douglas, blah, 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 will star in the remake, which completed filming. So it's already completed filming. That's cool. In South Africa last month. Okay. Remaking one of the seminal films of Roger Corman. Yeah, the original was a Roger Corman movie. And Amy Holden Jones' early work is exciting and audacious. But there are no better hands in which to place this challenge to than Danishka Esterhazy, Susan Cayley, and the team at Blue Ice Pictures. Their creative vision will both honor the Carmen ethos and captivate today's audiences, said Brent Hayes. The original Slumber Party Massacre hit back in 1982. Wow. I didn't realize it was that old. It came out in 82. I thought it was like mid-80s, but 82, damn. Good score, too. I like the score. They did the score on a Casio keyboard, guys. So that just goes to show that, you know, if you want to do it, anybody can do it. Amy Holden Jones directed the screenplay, penned by Rita Mae Brown. Check out the trailer and synopsis. Okay. Yeah, and that right there... Oh, I guess I shouldn't show it to you guys, but yeah, that's what YouTube got pissed off about. That picture right there. So, I don't know. It's weird. But you can find thumbnails that are far more risque than that on YouTube. I have seen them, guys. I have seen them. And they get away with it. So, I don't know. I guess YouTube just doesn't like 80s slashers. So, kind of weird if you ask me. So, as far as a remake goes for Slumber Party Massacre, one thing I was thinking is like the original is so cemented in that like 80s slasher feel, almost to the point where it's like it's impossible to replicate that. And if you do, then what's the point? So I'm thinking that this is going to go the like Millennium Slasher type feel that we see in a lot of these remakes these days. And I'm just hoping and praying that it's not like the Prom Night remake. Sorry. I had to say that. No. The thing I don't like, and if you like the Prom Night remake, that's great. But the thing I don't like about the Prom Night remake is that it just feels like it holds back way too much. And when they get to the prom, how everybody is acting like they're in a different type of movie. You know, I literally, like when I'm watching the Prom Night remake, sometimes I'm like, am I still watching a Prom Night remake? Like, why is everybody having such a great time at this prom and looking like they're in a freaking CW show? That's the problem that I guess I had with it, you know? And that it was completely... stealing the name Prom Night without any, without a trace of the actual plot of the original movie. Character-wise, everything. You know, they just stole the name Prom Night. But then, I'll cut them some slack on that because really Prom Night 2 is the same type deal. You could definitely say Prom Night 2 did the same thing. So, I retract my complaint on that front. But the movie itself, I don't like it. I just don't like it. So... I guess I'm saying I'm hoping Slumber Party Massacre isn't like Prom Night, which it probably won't be. It'll be fun. We'll see. I mean, you know, I think slashers are kind of few and far between these days, anyway. So when you get a good one, it's like, oh wow, yeah, I got a good slasher in here. You know, they don't roll out slashers like they used to, like say in the 80s and 90s. Chris says we said we weren't going to do this. So, but yeah. You know what? If you like the Prom Night remake, though, I can see why. It's got some likable qualities to it. If anything, I got to say Brittany Snow does a good job in the movie. You know, I got no problem with Brittany Snow. As a matter of fact, I can highly recommend her in another movie called, what's that movie, guys? Where it's the game, where she has to play the game. Would You Rather? She's really good in Would You Rather. Would You Rather's awesome. Yeah, so no problem with Brittany Snow. Is it Brittany Snow? Yeah. Did I have any other notes about Slumber Party Massacre? Now, what do you think, guys? Are you looking forward to a... another note I had also was the killer. Are they going to have like a Russ Thorne type killer? Or is it going to be... I guarantee you they're not going to do like the Rockabilly Killer. Or maybe... I'm thinking they'll probably do just a completely new and different killer. And maybe we'll get some winks and nods to the original franchise in terms of the killers. You know, maybe there'll be like a side character named Russ Thorne. You know, who knows? But it's one of those situations where it's okay. It doesn't have to be Russ Thorne. It doesn't have to be the Rockabilly Killer. You know, they kind of cancel each other out. So I think it was in their favor. It kind of worked out for them that way, because if this was a franchise that had Russ Thorne killing in all three movies, then you might get a little bit of pushback.